guys, and welcome to this week's video. This week I will be doing this piece, but I'll also be doing it digitally and traditionally. In this video you'll be seeing the traditional speed paint and my thoughts and benefits of what traditional art is about. I think it's really beneficial to have a good understanding of both because I think they both can help you with your work and help you grow. If you have watched the digital speed paint, or if you've heard anything about it, I actually did the lines digitally for this piece. I thought it'd be really fun to do something digital and be able to tweak my original design. I took a picture on the iPad Pro and I coloured it on the iPad Pro. If you wish to see this video, the video will be linked up here, as well as a link down below if you want to see the speed paint of this and hear my thoughts about digital art and the benefits of doing digital art. But for this video, we'll be concentrating on the traditional medium. Now, the good benefits of traditional medium, there are quite a lot there, but there are also disadvantages of doing traditional, and I think that's really important and really good to understand. So, let's grab our tools and let's draw. So after finishing the lines in Procreate, which if you do want to see that, let me know. It is a bit difficult because the footage is so sped up. A little bit difficult for me to clip that. Unfortunately, I did want to show it in this video, but it was just a bit too fast for me to clip. I've learned what to do for next time for you guys. So traditional medium, the benefits of doing this, you are able to control very quickly and add what textures you want to. The texture is already there through like adding pencil, through using the paper. Your paper already has texture, and there is just something nice and natural that you can add with using traditional mediums. Now the downside to traditional mediums is that sometimes it's really difficult to get those colours accurate, and what I mean by this is you can have every marker under the sun, but it isn't going to match that one tone that you need for a particular character. And this is something that I kind of struggle with every now and again, especially when I'm trying to match character tones, trying to make sure that I have the correct tones for the characters. Also, another thing that can happen is, unfortunately, as it did happen on this piece, your markers can die. It is a sad thing with traditional medium, but I find that you can add really nice texture with slightly dry markers. You can add this sort of like effect which is really beautiful, and it can really add to a drawing as well. Blending, you can get that done really smoothly if you're after an airbrushed effect. As long as you know what you're doing with the correct markers, with the correct mediums, you can get blending down really smoothly, but I find this much easier with digital art. So there are added benefits and disadvantages of both mediums. The advantages of this is that you can control what kind of texture you want to add to a piece, and you can add texture on top of markers which will enhance the piece much more, and it will bring an effect that you won't normally have if with just the markers alone. And you can easily add this, whereas I find sometimes with digital art this can be a little bit difficult to be able to do. With traditional mediums you can basically control, but here's another downside. If you make a mistake, you have to restart the entire piece. Whereas with digital mediums, if you make a mistake, you can easily erase that. It is something that there is very much is something better than the other one, and personally I really like both mediums. I think they both help each other in a way that you wouldn't normally try out. With me, I originally was a traditional artist, then when I went to university I mainly became a digital artist, was a digital artist for about 5 years, and then went back into mainly using traditional mediums. I started using traditional mediums actually when I first started this channel 3 years ago, and my whole growth with my traditional art has really changed the way I look at colour. With digital art, before I did digital art, I was really scared to use colour. Everything I did was just pure line work, and then with digital art it opened me up to this world of colour and told me to be braver with what I was doing, and that really helped me overcome my fear of colour. And as I've gotten to use more traditional mediums, I've come to understand what works and what doesn't work with what I want to do. I really find that I really do love like soft shaded effects with sometimes harsh like cell shading, and I can achieve this with both mediums, and I really do like that. Is there an advantage to lining digitally? There is, because you can clean up your lines as you are going along. The big disadvantage I find is that I really like the way that, you know, you can kind of make mistakes sometimes when you are inking. For those wondering, the full list of the equipment that I am using will be down below. I'm using Canson mixed media paper, Polychromos pencils, letraset / Winsor & Newton pro markers. I'm also using a new pen for this. This is a Unipin brush pen. I actually went over the lines with the Unipin brush pen because the printed lines just weren't clean enough, and I just wanted to enhance them with the brush pen, and added this sort of like wavy line effect, which is like thin and thick, and was able to change through that and added a nice texture to what I wanted to do. And I use a Decoroller Gold pen. I believe that's everything I use, as well as a Unipin, well, a Pentel white gel pen, but I'll leave the full list down below. There are obviously benefits to using both, and if you can use both, do both. I see the benefits of both, and both sides of art. There's stuff in either side I can never achieve, and I just think no matter what type of artist you are, your work is amazing and you should be so proud of what you do. And if you can dabble in both, I do recommend it. I find that they really help each other, and understanding both digital art and both traditional art can really help enhance you and your work. I think it really is helpful to have a knowledge of both, an understanding of both, or even just have a try with it. I think it really does help. So this is the sketch. This is what I first originally started with. Obviously took a picture of the original sketch, lined it out in Procreate, printed it off, and was able to colour it. This saved me so much time. It saved me a lot of trial and error of having to move characters around. With Procreate, with the lining process, I was able to change and make tweaks that and make the piece much better. There are still, you know, tweaks I would make now, but overall I am very happy with both pieces, and in all honesty I can't decide which one I prefer. I think they both have really nice aspects, but they both have disadvantages and advantages as well. So let me know in the comment section down below which one you prefer, the traditional or digital, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Maybe like, if you're new, maybe subscribe, but as always folks, stay creative.